quiet.
Okay,
This is good.
good.
And put your phone there. Okay. Hello. My name is Zachary. Throughout my whole life, I've struggled with mental health. I've had some of the worst days just to my own overthinking. Mental health is definitely a big part of my life, and that's why I decided to do my senior project on how physical activity affects mental health. Throughout my project, I plan to accommodate a large amount of my week just to do physical activity. I also plan to research my own mental health, keep logs of my own mental health, and hopefully grow as a person. Mental health is a very common thing, and there's nothing anyone should be embarrassed about. You never know who's been affected by a mental illness. It could be a person sitting right next to you right now. Over the summer, I sent a survey to the whole school. Almost every single one of the responses said they've dealt with mental health in one way or another. For the questions on the survey, I really want to get information on if they use physical activity to help deal with their mental health on their own. I asked multiple questions about how, if they use mental health, and how they felt after they used exercise to help deal with their mental illness. It was definitely clear to see that the kids who used mental health definitely felt better about themselves and felt more confident in the end. Throughout my project, I also kept a log of what I've done and how it affected my own mood. I kept updating the log every week and tried to do as many different things as I could. I would almost do anything physical, like going on a bike ride, tubing on the lake, or even having an Olympics day with my friends. But by far the most fun thing I did was to learn how to surf. It brought me so much joy and freedom. These activities turned into an escape from me and a break from reality. I also kept track of if I was doing these activities alone or with other people. By the end, I had definitely liked doing it with my peers because it felt great to experience joy and happiness with them too. It also helped me get out of my own head. One of the most important things I've learned in business class over the years at Bohai is the 4 P's of marketing. The 4 P's of marketing are the ways to success when trying to sell a product. With wanting to continue to study business in college, I thought it'd be perfect to incorporate the 4 P's of marketing into the community part of my project to experience it firsthand. The first of the 4 P's is the product. The product that I chose is wristbands. Something every age and gender could wear. These are the ones. I chose the color green because it's Depression Awareness color, and it meant the most to me. On the wristbands, the words, "I support mental health" are written on. Also on the wristband is the newly changed crisis lifeline number, 988. I chose these words to let people know that they're never alone and there's always someone to talk to. Hey, Cannon, I got you. The second P stands for place. I decided to use the places that are popular with my community. I went to stores on Main Street and even the high school and asked if I could give out my bands there. I would go in the stores and give my speech about what I'm trying to do. Usually they'd send a manager over to me and I would have to convince them on why they should let me give out my bands there. Most of them denied me and said that they couldn't do it because of certain guidelines I had to follow, but it wouldn't stop me from continuing going to the next store and keep asking there. The next P stands for promotion. Promotion is how the customer finds out about the product and what it's for. I decided to take some dessert plates to my mom and stack a bunch of bracelets on it. I also incorporated a small paragraph that said what it's for and why I'm doing this. The last P is price. I decided not to put a price on the wristbands and give them away for free because I wanted everyone to be able to show the support no matter what. It was important to me to let anyone show it even if they didn't have money to pay for it. This was a very successful project for me and I learned so many valuable lessons from it. It was more comfortable with my mental health and I knew much more about myself. I know that I'm never alone and neither are any of you. Thanks for listening to me and remember that there was always someone to talk to. Does anyone have any questions? There's also more wristbands over there if anyone wants one. No questions?
All right, nice job, Zachary.
Wait, we have 2 questions.
What are your questions?
Could you elaborate on specific things you did for exercise?
I would go on bike rides. I would plan different events every week. Like some weeks I'd try and do as many things as possible. Like some weeks I would go to the gym. Other weeks I'd do other activities like learning how to surf or like going to like a trampoline park or roller skating and stuff like that.
How many times a week did you do these activities?
I would try and do them as many times, but on average I'd probably say about 3 times a week I would get out and set a certain amount of period of time to doing activities for this certain reason. Owen?
Did you set a minimum time for how long you do these activities?
No, but I try doing different amounts of time for everything. Like I would see if 10 minutes would affect me different than an hour, so I would compare those during my project.
What was your favorite activity?
Definitely wake surfing, like I said. It just felt so cool to like learn something new, and it just felt so free out there.
How long did that take you?
It actually took me, I was pretty good at it. It only took me like a couple of tries to get up first, but then it took me a couple of days to like learn how to get good. And then after about a week of doing it, I learned how to do it with no rope and go on my own. Joey?
How do you get access to these activities?
Well, I have a rich friend, Benjamin Bajobi, and he has all these things, and I do them with him. And I also like do things on my own, like on a bike ride. Like I just need a bike, and I can do that by myself, or I can go for a run and do that.
How'd you measure the success throughout the duration of your project?
I kept a log of all my mood, and I would do before and after, and how my mood changes, and I would write like what I was feeling before, and like if I was super stressed or not, and I would go over what I said after and how that affected me.
Do you feel like you'd feel like relief from how you're feeling before if you're like overwhelmed or anxious? Do you feel like you feel that right after you did the activity, or did you notice that there was like a buffer between when you did it and when you feel like calmer or just better in general?
It was definitely for me, like while I was doing that activity, it was kind of like an escape from reality. So I could do that and like not think about anything and just do that. And then after I was done, I felt more calm and was ready to get on with my life.
Did you find that you could overdo it sometimes?
Yeah, so I found out like, cause I would go to the gym and I would keep doing like the same things.
Yep.
It felt that I had more joy like doing something different every week instead of just doing like the same thing like every week. Owen?
Did any of the stores accept you if you don't have plans, and if so, which ones?
Yeah, so the school actually did, Page's Corner did, and then Consulate Pizza did. It was just easy.
Was there ever a time you didn't feel better after doing physical activity?
Yes, so I actually put like one day a week aside just so I could like take like a mental health day, not do anything, like catch up on work, because like some days I felt too exhausted to do anything, and that just reset me and got me better for the next day. Is that it? All right, thank you guys.
Good job.